Hi, and welcome back. I'm going to talk about The Heretic Queen by Michelle Moran. This was published in 2009, and it is historical fiction. It is set in ancient Egypt during Ramesses II's rule, from when he was a teenager through when he became a young pharaoh. It is told from the perspective of Nefertari, who is the niece of Nefertiti. That's where the title comes from, the Heretic Queen. Nefertiti and uh, Nefertiti and Akhenaten did away with all the old gods and made there be just one god. I believe it was the sun god. You can see, I don't know if you can see this, but there's the family tree, Nefertiti. And so they were erased from real history. You're probably familiar with Nefertiti's bust, the piece of artwork or sculpture that represents her. In this story, it's about Nefertari, who is her niece. And it follows Nefertari from childhood, maybe her preteen years. She goes to school, a special school that they have there for royalty, and follows her, I don't know, how do you say it? Like her desire to be a ruler one day. She is tutored, or not tutored, but she gets insight provided to her by some relatives, a couple older ladies. I can't remember if they're her aunts or if they're on Ramesses' side of the family. At any point, they introduce to her something called a chief wife, which is a little bit different. Well, actually, kind of the same as first wife in some cultures, where the ruler marries several women and assigns a role or a hierarchy to them. First wife is the most privileged. So in Egypt, chief wife is the most privileged. He could have like a whole bunch of wives before he selects his chief wife, and she could be the last person he marries, and he decides she's the chief wife. So it doesn't matter what order you are in, it just depends on the pharaoh's desire, what he wants. The chief wife has a whole bunch of privileges, including co-ruling, that sort of thing. The idea is presented to her, and she decides that, yeah, I want to do this. She is in love with Ramesses anyway, and they were friends. They're grew up in the palace together. So she wants to be chief wife. She wants him to make her his chief wife, but she wants him to love her. She has learned many languages with all the different countries, different regions that they trade with. And this has made her very valuable. However, she doesn't want to be chief wife simply because she has the skill. She wants to be loved. And unbeknownst to her, she's already loved. He's in love with her, according to the story. So it worked out for her. There's supposed to be some palace intrigue. That palace intrigue really didn't happen. It turned into nothing. It's like, what? Why are we reading all this then? How do you solve palace intrigue that fast? So the book was okay. I'm not going to say it's my number one. This is my favoriteest book ever. It is not. But I did enjoy delving into Egyptian history during I guess it's the Second Age. Anyway, during the pharaohs. I was fascinated with Egypt as a child. I really wanted to see the pyramids and that sort of thing. I had never read anything, though. I guess I just wasn't aware that there were stories that I could read that are set in Egypt. I don't know why. It just never occurred to me. I ran into this book at a book sale. I believe I told you about it in my last video, in the Painted House video. And this was one of the books that I found, and I thought it'd be interesting. I enjoyed it. The author, Michelle Moran, did a very good job with her research, I believe. I could almost smell the oils. I could almost taste the food. I could feel the atmosphere. She used the proper words for all the different pieces of clothing, any royal garments or any crowns or whatever. She used the actual Egyptian words for it. I really enjoyed that, and that took me deeper into the story than the plot did, and that's sad. Oh, there were Ramses. The ladies that were working with Nefertari were Ramses' aunts. So there were two of them. One was more, yeah, I want you to do this. This is something we should work towards. The other one was a little more standoffish, but she was doing stuff behind the scenes. Um, I thought they were quite a bit older than they were. Like I thought they were in their 50s. And I don't know if that's common in that era to live that long, but that's how old I thought they were. Turns out they were in their late 20s. And I'm like, how did they get so wise? They were pretty wise about how the castle works and how Nefertari should use her skills to attain her goal. I enjoyed it, but as I said, it was because of the setting, because of how it was described. You go into the temples, and the temples are described. You can almost feel like you were there. But the story itself, it was okay. It wasn't something, I'm going to scream from the mat, everybody should read this book. I don't think so. Maybe I'll try another book that this author has read and see if that is a little bit better. It says in here that she wrote a book called Nefertiti, and I am looking in the book itself. Maybe I will try to find that one and see if that's any better. It does have, as I showed you already, it has family tree in it. You can't even see. I'm trying to make sure you can see, but I can't see what I'm showing you. And it has a map of Egypt on it. Really, really cool. So maybe I will try another book by this author, but this one just didn't do it for me, other than feeling like I was there, smelling the lavender, smelling the oils, the food, that sort of thing. That made me feel like I was there. And I mean, I cared about Nefertari. The book was in first person, and so I did care about her, but it seems like there were big deals made about nothing. So if you read this book, let me know. Go down in the comments. Tell me, have you read it? Did you like it? If you did, tell me what you liked about it. We can discuss it. And if you think this should be read by everybody, great. Tell me. Okay, we don't have to agree. That's fine. So go down in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in reading this book, go to your library. See if you can find it there. Maybe someone can loan it to you if they have it. Yeah. Why am I saying a lot? Go to your library. See if they have it. If they don't, ask them. Maybe they can get it sent from another library in either your town, your state, your country, wherever. Okay? Give it a try. You never know. You never know. But I recommend getting a book from your library rather than buying it. If I had purchased this, purchased it like spent, what does it say on here? $15, and I wasn't really thrilled with the book. I might have been a little bit upset. Anyway, go down in the comments. Tell me what you're reading. Tell me what you're up to. Do you like reading anything? If you have book recommendations for me, let me know. Okay? I'd love to read them. I'm slowly working through my stack of books. I have a few more books that I need to record video reviews for, so they'll be coming shortly. Not all of them are going to be like, I love this book. Some of them might be like, okay, this is all right. That's okay. That's what we read books for, right? To see what we like and share it. And that's all I'm trying to do here is share with you what I've read, what I like, what I didn't like. Maybe you have something in common with me. And that would be great. I would love to hear about it. While you're down in the comments and in your everyday life, be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. Okay? We never know what's going on in each other's lives. So just be nice. A kind word can go a long way with some people. Okay? You never know. They might remember that in 10 years. Hey, this stranger said hi to me, and it was the kindest thing that happened all day. They didn't look at me like I was a clown. Okay? Be nice. But don't be nice just to be nice. Be nice because it feels good. Be nice because it's the right thing to do. Okay? Be kind, be polite, that sort of thing. If you like what somebody's wearing, tell them. It can be a complete stranger. I walked up to a stranger in a grocery store one time because I liked her dress. Now, I don't think the dress would have looked good on me, but on her, I loved it. I was like, that is a cute dress. And she was shocked, but she got a big smile on her face, and then I got a big smile on my face. And I'm not telling you that just so you can to tell you what a nice person I am, just to tell you the reaction. It was just nice. It was reciprocated. You both get something out of it. But don't do it to expecting something out of it, okay? That's not why you need to be nice to people. Okay. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.